All right, my friends. Let's talk a little bit about online strategies. Okay, some skills that you can develop in the world of online strategies. Now, I'm not going to go super in depth, but those of you who know me, you know I cannot stay away from this topic because during that plateau that we had in phase two that you guys can see right here, one of the things that we started to really invest our time into and figure out was learning some online strategies. Honestly, phase one, we didn't do anything online. And part of that was because it was 2012. There weren't a lot of people doing a lot online. So we were maybe posting on Facebook every once in a while, but we weren't actively running after, online success. And in phase two of our business, several years back, we really started to learn this and crack the code. And I've become known for a lot of the strategies and things that I teach. In this regard. I have another course, in fact, here on Udemy that talks about some of these. It was, I think, 4 or 5 years ago that I created it. It's done awesome success, has, thousands of people have gone through it. But I want to give you right here kind of a mini training, okay, and some perspective. So what you should be focused on phase one, phase two, and phase three, what you should not be focused on phase one, phase two, and phase three, because a lot of people, they see the online world and they get excited about it, but overwhelmed. And overwhelm leads to paralysis, right? Analysis by paralysis. So I want to give you a really clear path, and I want to invite you to follow this path. Phase one, if you're at the beginning of your business, the only thing you should be doing online is what I call active strategies. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example of a specific active strategy that I do. Remember, I told you I spend 1 hour every single day, even now as the top rank in our company, actively prospecting on social media. And I'm going to share with you how I do that in a super effective way. Phase two, once you reach 1,000, that's a good time for you to start focusing on residual lead flow. So strategies that you can start to create content, and you can do this earlier if you choose to, but start to create content where you're going to create it one time and it's going to be seen by many, many people without you putting in more time. Right? So social media, you post something in most places and it's there and then it dies, right? People aren't going to see your Facebook post from 5 years ago, right? Or at least it's not very likely. Okay. But for example, YouTube, I have here the example of YouTube. I've signed up hundreds of people with YouTube. Well, yeah, probably over 200 about. And when you create an asset for yourself, you create a piece of content on a platform like YouTube or on a blog or something to that effect, it can then work for you for years and years to come. Okay. So phase two is residual lead flow. I'll give you some examples of that. Phase three is personal brand. This is once you're successful, right? Some people, they teach you like start a personal brand from day one, create your website, create your podcast, create all your social media accounts. And it's overwhelming and it's not effective because you don't even know what your message is or who your target audience is or anything like that. Like you're going to figure that out as you grow through these initial phases of your business. Okay. So I recommend that you wait to start your personal brand. Some people never do a personal brand, really, like in the sense that I'm talking about, where, you're known for something online that's not just your network marketing company. And you have a website and all of that. Like you could spend in phase one, if you spend all your time on that, you're not going to spend any time on the activities that are going to produce income for you in the short term. Okay. Personal branding is a long-term strategy. And once you have some more money too, it's easier to invest to get people to help you create things like a website and et cetera. So let me give you some examples. Let's go through this. Phase one, some active strategies. Here's what I do on Instagram every single day as an example of an active strategy. There's lots of others. This is not an online strategies course here today I'm giving you. I just want to give you an overview in this training. So what I do is I open up my Instagram every single day and I spend an hour on Instagram. Now I like Instagram. You could do the same thing on Facebook. You could do it on TikTok. You could do it wherever you want. But I open up Instagram and my goal is to start 5 new contacts. Conversations and create 5 new contacts. Now, the way I do that is I like to search for a hashtag. So I'll go into my Instagram, do it right now with you as an example. And I'm going to go into Instagram and I'm going to go to the little search button. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type in, I don't know, let's say I'm into weight loss. I'm going to type in weight loss, okay, into the search bar. Once I've typed in weight loss into the search bar, then I click on tags. So I'm going to either see tags or accounts. You can do whatever you want. And it's really easy. I'm just going to go into the weight loss hashtag. Okay. And it's going to pull up a bunch of posts from people who are posting about weight loss. Okay. Now, a lot of these people are selling things. A lot of them are people who are on their own personal weight loss journey. So if I sold weight loss products, I'd be looking for people who are on their weight loss journey. People who maybe said like, oh, I'm 10 pounds down, or wow, I'm doing. Another example would be what is it? 75 hard, I think is what it's called. It's like a challenge. So it's like a weight loss challenge. And you could find people who are doing the 75-day hard challenge, right? These are people, these are tons of people who are actively trying to lose weight, right? So if you want to, find a target market that connects naturally with the products that you're selling, right? Weight loss isn't my own personal business focus, but it's a good example. So then you can come in here and find people who have done a story. And I like to, then I just send them a little message like, hey, congratulations on your 10th day of 75 hard challenge or whatever it is, right? I do some kind of interaction, and that's all I do. I just send them a message. Then there's two ways that you can do this. And some of my other trainings go through it more in depth, but in the inbox, most people don't know this, but in your inbox, you can have it so that you have a primary inbox and a general inbox. My general inbox on Instagram is my prospects inbox. And so I'll move those 5 conversations that I started into my general inbox, okay? Because automatically they go to your primary. I move them to my general inbox. My general inbox is my list of prospects, okay? You could write it down by hand if you want to, whatever you like. But that's the first thing. So this is an active strategy. You're adding 5 people as context. Now, then also I go back to the list of people that I've already added to that list, and I interact with 10 more people's stories. And this is just me developing relationships. I'll ask questions. I'll be like, hey, tell me more about that. Or wow, you're on a trip. Where are you right now? Where's that beach? What is that? And I'll start to ask questions and develop a relationship. It's a long-term strategy, right? Then I myself am creating stories on Instagram about my life, my products, my business. I just naturally throughout my day, I'm doing little shots of whatever it is that I'm doing, right? If you want to tie your stories to that target market that you're talking to. So if you're looking for people that are losing weight, those are the people you're adding to your list, then obviously you're probably on a weight loss journey or you have weight loss products. And so naturally in your stories, show how you're incorporating your products into your routine, or maybe post a screenshot of a customer of yours who lost 2 pounds last week, and start to show how you're helping people with the same thing that person wants. Okay. Now, then I'll invite 2 of those people every single day to a presentation, right? Or to learn more about the products. Okay. And that's where then I'm going to use a tool. So I'm going to offer to send them a video. Usually I offer to get them on a live free web class or webinar or whatever you want to call it. Or you could send them a PDF, an ebook, whatever it is that you use to market your products, whatever tool you use, okay? So every day, you can't just add people, just comment to people, and they're just gonna come to you and buy. You need to actively be inviting them. So at least 2 people per day, I'm reaching out to, and I'm inviting them saying, hey, I've loved following you, loved following your weight loss journey. If you are open, I've recently found some products that are transforming my health, and I'm teaching other people how to accelerate their weight loss journey. Would you be open to learn? And that's my question. That's my invite. Are you open to learn? Then if they say yes, I'm like, great, we're doing a web class this day, this time, or great, if I send you this video, will you watch it? And I'm getting their commitment then to learn and take the next step, right? So you can't just add contacts, just start talking to people and expect that you're going to get sales. You need to invite people to the next step, which is presentations. So this is an example of an active strategy. This is something that it's going to work for you today when you're doing it. It's probably not going to yield results for you in 3 years because those stories are gone in 24 hours, right? That list of contacts, if you're not inviting them actively, then they're probably not going to look at your business or your products, right? So it's an active strategy, but it's super effective. The last six-figure earner that I personally signed up in my business, she signed up with me a year ago. This is how I signed her up. Okay. She's the most recent personal sign up of mine that has well crossed over six figures. And it's amazing. She did it in less than a year. Okay. So that's an active strategy. That's a phase one type of activity as an example. You could do the same thing in Facebook, or, you guys get the idea, TikTok, whatever you like. Phase two is residual lead flow. Now, my favorite platform for phase two is YouTube. And this is basically you starting to create some content that will work for you over time. So I have lots of YouTube videos that I've created, and I sign up people every single week. I sign up at least one person from an asset that I created a long time ago. Okay. Sometimes I've signed up dozens of people in a week because of assets that I've created in the past, right? If a video just pops or is doing really great. So, what I mean by asset is something that you post one time and it continues to be searched. So that would be either a video on YouTube. It would be a blog post on a blog. I don't like writing, so I don't blog very much. I guess I have a blog, but it's not a strategy of mine. It could be a podcast. It's kind of, it would fall into that category. It could be, yeah, anything like that. My favorite is YouTube. So it would be like creating one asset per week. Okay. So one good video each week where you're talking about your products or you're talking about your business or something to that effect. This is minimum. Okay. And in phase two, then 4 big assets per year. So what's a big asset? A big asset is like an ebook. A big asset is like this mini course that I'm creating is an asset. Okay. This will build business for me. Somebody who's watching this has never heard of network marketing is going to go through this course and is going to be like, what? I didn't even know this world existed. I got to go connect with Matt. They're going to write me on Instagram and they're going to join my team, right? This took me a lot of time to create. It's a big asset, right? I try to do about 4 of these per year. Okay. So there's an example of a way to start creating residual lead flow. If you want residual income, why wouldn't you also want residual lead flow? Right? Okay. Now, phase 3 is personal brand. And this is something that I was really, I got really excited about building a personal brand while I was in phase 2, a little bit too early, in my opinion. And it's the least important, but if it's something that you're passionate about, like if you want to have your own website, if you want to be known for something specific outside of just your network marketing company, I think it's a great strategy. Lots of people have created incredible results. I have, my coaching personal brand of Network Marketing Mastery, my podcast and all of that, where I don't talk about my company or anything like that. I just give value, and that does produce leads for me. It does position me, right? So there's benefits to it, but I wouldn't really focus on it as a primary strategy until you're into phase 3. So that would be like website, something that's niche specific. So for example, like my wife is a yoga teacher, so she likes to create yoga content, and some of those yoga people then come and join our business. A podcast, then kind of multi-purposing all of your content across different social media platforms and things like that would be in this phase. In the beginning phases, I really recommend, like phase 1, focus on one platform. Pick TikTok, pick Instagram, pick Facebook, master that, do it until you get a result. Once you start getting a result, then branch out and start trying a different platform. That's what I would recommend. So this is my training for you guys on online strategies. I just wanted to simplify and give you a process, some ideas that will help you no matter what phase you're in, to start looking at what the next thing would be. I've got a lot of training on this in my podcast, Network Marketing Mastery. I've had a course in the past that was really, really in depth. That's closed right now. It's not something I'm running right now. But if you're interested in learning more about this, there's lots of YouTube videos of mine. There's lots of information on the podcast, and you can always reach out on Instagram and I can give you some personal guidance for you and your business right now. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys for online strategies, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Hope this is helpful for you as kind of an introduction and a blueprint for how you can approach your business online. So that's it for this training. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.